Hi, it's Heather at SpyCloud. I'm going to show you how to use our free tool on SpyCloud.com to check the risk of your consumers logging into your domain over the last 12 months. Now all you got to do is go to SpyCloud.com, type in your email address, and click See Your Report. We will go through our data lake of hundreds of billions of recaptured Darknet assets from third-party breaches and malware infections, and we'll present you with a summary of the information out the gate. So you're going to see some details here about your company risk. This is your domain users. You'll see a breach source panel here on the right. This is all masked until you verify your email. If your email's been included in any breaches, we will include that information here as well. And then we've got this new module that I want to focus on today that we call Consumers Risk. You're going to see some early information here, right? Like if you have malware infected consumers, we will say yes. If they have been exposed in third-party breaches as well, we're going to say yes. But you're not going to see some of these more sensitive data points until you verify your email. So check your email, look for an email from SpyCloud. The subject line is your real-time Darknet exposure details. You're going to want to click the View Now link to come back to our site and see a custom report with all of these details unmasked. So we can go through the whole app, but it'll take a while, so I want to focus on the consumer's risk portion because that is brand new. So if you have infected consumers or users that are accessing malware-infected devices to go to your domain, then you will see their information here. SpyCloud specializes in recapturing malware-infected device logs, so we're not just recapturing third-party breach data, we are very focused on recapturing data that is exfiltrated from infected devices, and that's how we can tell who your consumers are. Typically, you'd have to tell us, but in this case, we're able to use those logs, see the domains that users are logging into, and as long as they're not part of your company, so if I'm heather@gmail.com logging into example.com, then I'm one of your consumers. We can make that conjecture. And so we can provide a sample of those infected users that are logging into your site over the last 12 months. We can provide a sample of their risk. And this gives you information about your highest risk population, like those folks that are using a device that's exfiltrating data and putting it directly in the hands of criminals. And so if you see high here, then you will know we have collected malware-infected consumer data. And you can drill into each one of these statistics. The app itself tells you what all of them mean. So I encourage you to click Learn More. You will see a drawer pop up that explains what every one of these stats means, why it matters, why you should have your eye on it, why you should be reacting to this data as a part of your regular workflows, and why hundreds of customers have chosen SpyCloud to work with to protect their consumers from fraud and account takeover. So I encourage you to, poke through the app, run these stats yourself, see what all of these details mean. And if you have any questions or you want to see a deeper dive, click Talk to an Expert, or when you're within this drawer, any of these Talk to an Expert buttons, and you will get into our queue where we can then do a deeper dive on each of these data points. We'll show you your most recent exposures, and we will talk about how customers are reacting to this information, resetting passwords, invalidating stolen sessions, really keeping an eye on their consumers' risk, which therefore keeps your business protected from monetary losses. Hope to hear from you soon.